Hi, the next topic now we will learn is inverse proportion. It is also called indirect proportion, but commonly it is known as inverse proportion. What is it? Now, if one quantity is increasing, then the other quantity is affecting. In a direct proportion, earlier we have seen if one quantity is increasing, then the other quantity is also proportionately increasing. That is called directly proportional. But there is a situation where if one quantity is increasing, proportionately the other quantity may decrease. That is called inverse proportion. The definition is two quantities may change in such a manner that if one quantity increases, then other quantity decreases. If one quantity is increasing, then other quantity decreases. That is called inverse proportion. But how it is possible? If one quantity is increasing, then the other quantity, why it will decrease? Let us see one example. Say, I want to construct a wall. A wall I want to construct. So what I will do is, I will engage 10 persons. 10 persons. And it will be completed in say 8 days. When I engaged 10 persons, it is completed in 8 days. Now what I will do is, I want to complete the construction of wall in a shorter time. I have little bit urgency. So what I will do, I will engage more people. People or labor 10. Now what I will do, I will increase the number of people. Say for example, I increase it to 15 people. Now what I am doing, I am increasing one quantity. Now tell me what is going to happen with the number of days. When I increase this number, then the number of days to complete that work will be increased or decreased? It will be decreased. It will take less than 8 days. So understood? There will be some situations where if one quantity is increased, then other quantity is decreasing. Let us take one more example. Say I have a road where I have to travel for say 100 kilometers from my place to my hometown. I have to travel for 100 kilometers. So what I will do is, I have a bike. I will go on 50 kmph. I will go on 50 kilometers per hour. With this speed I will go. How much time it will take? So 2 hours it will take. Now what I will do? Next time my daughter will say, no daddy, we will go fast. So what I will do? I will increase the speed. Now what I am doing? I am changing this quantity. This quantity I am changing. What I am doing? I am increasing. Then what about the time now? Now the question is, what happens to the time? When I increase the speed, that is when I increase one number or quantity, then the other quantity is decreasing. Isn't it? So when one quantity is increased, the other quantity is decreasing. And vice versa. Say for example, now the road is not so good. What I will do? I will decrease the speed. What I will do? I will decrease the speed. So what happens to the time? It increases or decreases? It increases. It increases. So when I am decreasing one quantity, the other quantity is increasing. So inverse proportion is a proportion in which if one quantity is increased, then the other quantity is decreasing. If one quantity is decreased, then other quantity is increasing. Such relation is called indirect proportion or inverse proportion. That is called two quantities may change in such a manner that if one quantity is increasing, the other quantity is decreasing. Now, let us understand this by making a relationship. Now, say for example, I have 100 rupees with me. I have 100 rupees with me. I want to buy chocolates. So, say one chocolate is there whose price is 10 rupees. Whose price is 10 rupees. How many chocolates I will get? I will get 10 chocolates. Number of chocolates this is. Number of chocolates. This is price. Okay. Now, if I increase this number, what is going to happen? This is going to decrease or increase? It is going to decrease. Say, if the chocolate price is 20 rupees, I am taking a bigger one, 20 rupees. Then how many chocolates I will get? I will get only 5 chocolates. If I take special chocolate which is bigger of 25 rupees, then how many I will get? I will get 4. If I take a bigger one which is of 50 rupees, I will be getting only 2 chocolates. So this is the example of indirect proportion. Now let us see the concept. Say this is called X and this is called Y. For example, this is X and this is Y. So how we will be writing X is inversely proportional to Y, or it is written as, remember this symbol, in direct proportion we have used this, but we used this also in a numerator only. If it is inversely proportional, we will write like this, that is in denominator. Okay, now let us understand this. In all the cases, if you observe 10 into 10, 100, 20 into 5, 10 into 10, 100, 20 into 5, 100, 25 into 4, 100, 50 into 2, 100. So, if we take this as X and this as Y, then product of these two quantities is always constant. The product of these two quantities will be always constant. Just you can compare with the direct proportion, where the ratio was constant in a direct proportion, whereas in inverse proportion, the product of these two quantities is constant. We will say xy equal to constant, or what we can write xy equal to some k. So if we take x1 y1 equal to x2 y2, we will take x1 y1 equal to x2 y2, where x1 y1 corresponds to these two numbers, whereas x2 y2 these two numbers. If you take x1, x2, x3, x4, x1, x2, x3, x4 like this, this is y1, y2, y3, y4 like this, then the product of these two will be always constant. So x1 into y1, 100, x2 into y2, 100, x3 into y3, 100. So x1 into y1 equal to x2 into y2. That is equal to x3 into y3. Like that it will goes. So by using this, we can find the values if one of the values is not given. Like for example, in this case, if he says for 25 rupees chocolates, how many we will get if this is missed? For example, in that case, what we will be doing? x1 into x2, x1 into y1 equal to this 25 into some unknown number. By solving that, we will be getting the answer. Like 10 into 10 equal to this 25 into this number, we don't know. So by solving this, let us take it as, what is this unknown number now? This, let us take it as y3. So transferring this to here, 10 into 10 divided by 25. 5 5s are 5 2s are 5 1s are 5 2s are 2 into 2 into 2 will be getting 4. 4 is the answer. We had this here 4 now, like that we can get it. So by using this we can solve the questions of inverse proportion.